Hey there, KWRP. It is Katie and Chris, your team leader in OP, and it is Friday, which means you get a message from both of us today.
Katie, one of the things, actually, maybe I'll ask you a question today. Um, as we look at the last week and here we are on April 17th, what continues to come up, right? Is there one thing that showed up that your agents and our agents were asking questions about that you might want to share with us?
Yeah, great question. I think the theme of this week and where we're at in the last couple months of this different business is really bulletproofing the transaction. And so I did a lot of digging this week in content and in conversations with you guys about what does it mean to bulletproof your transaction, and what are the themes or the things you should be focusing on when you bulletproof the transaction. And there's really three big categories there. And the first one is to know your market. And so thank you for doing State of the Industry on Wednesday and giving us some good statistics on there. And I know 103 of our KWRP agents tuned into that. So thank you for those who tuned in.
And interestingly enough, just as an aside, knowing your market, if you were checking your email this afternoon, Rob sent out an email, just another way to know your market through Remind, through RMLS, just some great data that can move the needle for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of great data coming out. So just being aware and being able to be that professional for your clients and for your database of what's going on. The other thing about bulletproofing the transactions was to set expectations. And so to end every conversation that you're having with your current clients of what to expect next or what to think about next. And the third thing, which we talked about on the stand-up this morning, was to over communicate. That means over communicating with your client, over communicating with your lender, over communicating with the other agent, and just being proactive about all of those activities, being proactive about knowing your numbers and knowing the market, being proactive about setting expectations, and being proactive about communication are the three biggest things that are showing up right now as far as bulletproofing the transaction. And if you don't have transactions right now, or you're looking for more business, Chris, we talked about a conversation you're having about activity. Do you want to share that?
Yeah, I think right now so much news is not super positive, and so we decided to transition a bit from our care calls, which we've been making for now, gosh, I guess almost 5 weeks, and checking in and seeing how people are doing, and those are critically important. But we've also added in a what we call a good news call. And just put simply, we're picking up the phone and we're stating that, hey, we're calling this morning because we've been hearing so much bad news that we wanted to call and share a little bit of good news. So we've been making equity calls. And what that means is on quick glance, it looks like you have 7%, 10%, 11%, 14% equity in your home. Have you thought about what you might want to do with that? Maybe they want to invest. Maybe they want to downsize. Maybe they're looking for a bigger home. Maybe actually, as you pick up the phone, that equity can save them from a lost job. So more than anything, it's just a change in conversation. We talked on Wednesday about the need to make sure we have product on our shelves, to make sure that we have inventory. And in Portland, as inventory goes down, these equity calls are ultimately a way for us to find out whether or not we could actually replace some of that inventory. So just another shift on what we can say and when we can say it.
And speaking of activity, there is a activity coming in a couple weeks, Bold Pivot, which if you missed the announcement this week, our lovely ALC wants to contribute to your success in Bold. So if you sign up and complete all the sessions of Bold, the office will reimburse you that $99 for signing up if you close something in that first 90 days after Bold. So if you're looking for a way or scripts or accountability around activity, Bold would be a good way to do that. So we hope you tune into that. If you have questions about how to sign up or any of those things, reach out to anybody on staff. We will help you get signed up for that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a bit different. Many of us have been through 8, 9, 12, 15 times. But by April 17th, we're ready for change and used to change. So I'm looking forward to that starting in the first week of May.
Yep, absolutely. So with that, thank you guys for an amazing week, and I hope you have a great weekend. And like I say every time, if you need us, call us, text us, email us. We are here for you. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.